I've lived in London, Dublin, Hong Kong, and of course Wolverhampton, my favourite city. I had been teaching in Hong Kong, and as we were coming back, it was very clear to me that I had no vocation for teaching, and that in itself is a great experience, to know what you are not called to. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do next. I have a real passion for heritage in history, and so I thought that perhaps archivism was the thing for me. And so I went and did the course in Dublin, and that was an incredible experience for a number of reasons, but one of which was because on my course with me, I had another student who was also sort of trying to escape a calling to the priesthood. And together we had a lot of fun drinking Guinness and talking about what we thought God was calling to us to do, what we didn't really fancy doing at the moment, our passion for history. And I think from that friendship, that friendship really fed into the experience I was having at the church in Wolverhampton. Will and I, my husband, ended up in Wolverhampton entirely by accident. We needed somewhere that I could come back to relatively easily, and Wolverhampton was close to the airport, and so that was our choice. And so we ended up here by accident, and it was a joyous accident. I joined a church here, and it was the first time in my life, I think, that I took my faith really seriously as an adult. I was encouraged hugely by the people who ran Wolverhampton Pioneer Ministries at the time, to really engage with scripture, to really engage with what the Spirit was doing in my life, and to really see what God was doing in the community around us through their work of chaplaincy with places like the YMCA and their work being chaplains to youth in the city. I ended up applying to a Church of England ministerial experience scheme. I had a friend who had done one in Newcastle prior to his training for ordination, and I had seen the effect it had had on him, and I thought it was something I really needed to do. So I applied. I chose a scheme that looked really interesting. It was half-time in parish and half-time in a university chaplaincy. And so I went to St Albans, I moved in, and I spent a year of my life there. So I am very entertained by the fact that, in spite of the fact that I did not say I wanted to return to the Black Country, I've been placed about one parish from my sending parish, which I really love because, as I say, I love Wolverhampton. I think this is a parish that is really attentive to the needs of the community. It's a very diverse community, hugely economically diverse. We have some quite serious wealth, but also some quite serious deprivation and poverty. And I think it's a church which sees itself as seeking to serve both those extremes and all in between. And for me, that is a really excellent insight into what church is. That church is an incredibly democratic space. All are called to worship, but is also attentive to the needs of charity and justice in the area. I think I go into curacy with my eyes open for a lot of reasons. It means that I am very aware of the joys of ministry. I think that's really nice. I think sharing this family life means that I am very aware that ministry has its rewards and its goodnesses too. And that's really helpful and really sustaining, I think.